All right, everybody, we are now on the 3rd floor. Remember, we were on the podium, which was the concrete below. Now we're on the apartment level above that. Tell us what we're looking at and where we're standing right now. Matt, go ahead.
So this is the apartment, like he said, the 3rd floor of the apartments. And we're on the floor that we have created here with the Structocrete and the joist you see above down these lines right here. This is a panelized system. So we're gonna begin to stack. The floors are gonna model this as we move forward up the building.
Yeah, what's so great about this, one, you can see just how neat and clean it is in here, and that's because of the process of using the Tovey panel system. But also, we'll show you as well, I mean, everything is perfectly aligned up all the way down the hallways here. Russ, how many units per floor?
There's 39 to 40 units per floor, depending on floor layout. There are 200 in all over the 5 floors.
And with these units, what are the sizes?
The size range from about 600 square feet on the studios up to a little over 1,100 square feet on the 2-bedroom.
On the 2-bedroom.
Yep.
Matt, as a framer, traditional framer background for a lot of your years, talk to me a little bit about the value and the benefit of using this panel system.
Well, there's a manpower reduction and there's also a safety factor in this. You know, it's the leading edge work is completely kind of taken out of the equation once these exterior panels are installed, and that's how we'll install panels on a floor plate like this. So we would install our entire exterior assembly, creating the fall protection box, if you will, and then we'll fill in from there. Once those panels are down, as you can see, the windows are in, sheathing is on, so all that fall protection is taken out of the equation. Right. And then once that leading edge work is complete, then all the other trades can follow in behind that.
Yeah, so when we talk about the fall protection, I mean, if we're building up, we're probably a good 40 feet above the ground right now, give or take. And then we look at what happens, right? A lot of times you got to put up some kind of a scaffolding as fall protection, or you got to put up temporary wall barriers. But what you're saying in this case, because the wall assemblies are already in place, the windows are in place, the studs are already in place, you set the walls, and that actually becomes the safety barrier for anybody from getting hurt.
Yep, and absolutely. And then with the exterior panels, obviously you have the sheathing and the insulation board, windows, right. All that stuff that we would typically have done off of some type of a scaffold system, whether it's a boom lift or mobile towers or scaffolding of some sort, just to kind of get into those passes. This way, once the panel comes down, it's set in place, temporarily braced until the joist system ties it together. All that stuff is taken out of the equation, so it eliminates passes logistically around your building, as well as passes through with any other activities.
Sure. Russ, tell us a little bit about some of the features and benefits of this wall system. And I'll give you a hint where I'm going with that. You know, you have at the bottom here, I know you can point, Russ or Matt, at the bottom. That's an amazing feature that a lot of people have probably not seen. In the bottom track, you actually have cutouts that fold in, so this bracing cannot move left or right, even without screws.
Correct, yeah, there's 2 major things that help in that. The first one is the dimples with the screws, being able to hide and conceal the screw head within the dimple. Second thing with the lip cuts in the bottom track, it's not a typical U-shape, it is a C-shape still. So it's a little bit stronger than your typical U-shape, and then it allows the studs to fit in a lot cleaner. All your layout's done, it takes a lot of the guesswork and human error out of building the panels and also setting them as well.
Yeah. And there's also a lot of labor reduction time in here for the trades, because all the MEP cutouts are already in place, not only in the studs on the wall, but with the open truss system as well, they can run through. And even where you don't have open truss, there can be cutouts like we've seen in the factory and some of the setups for the plumbing and everything to run through at the exact diameter.
And the good thing with the truss system as well, it being an open web light gauge truss system, the way we designed it with our SRT system, it is truly a top chord bearing, which every engineer loves. We're able to take a lot of the eccentric forces out of the floor movement because everything's bearing off the structural heels and it's not bearing off the bottom chord.
Explain to us what the SRT system is.
So the SRT is our proprietary system. It's like a glorified rim track, stands for a smart rim track. That smart rim track has all the lip cuts and cutouts, so all of the trusses can land exactly where they need to be. And then we have the fold-out tabs. Those fold-out tabs come out, align the trusses exactly where they need to fall, and we can screw in directly where they need to be, creating a structural heel. So it's a very strong structural.
So it eliminates the human error in the layout as well. All that stuff comes out on the panels.
Yeah, and I mean, I think that's what it's really all about. How do you do more with less? We talk about this all the time. And then also, how do you do it safer and more efficiently, right?
Yes.
And that's exactly what you're talking about. So when these floor trusses are being put in place, there's a place for it. The tabs are in place. They just need to be dropped in. 2 guys, couple screws, move on to the next.
Yep.
Love
And these
it.
trusses are about half the weight of your typical C-shape.
Yeah, for sure. Well, perfect. All right, let's take this show upstairs where you guys are currently topping out, right? We got a couple more floors to go above that, but we're actually going to be able to see all of those systems going into place and how it's done. Sound good?
Sounds great.
Let's do it.